This is Abhimanyu from Del Facta and you're watching the Daily Football News. Let's begin. We start off proceedings with this guy. Now, after spending 13 years at the club, playing 559 games, scoring 253 times and becoming the club's highest goal scorer, Wayne Rooney has decided to leave Manchester United and join his boyhood club, Everton. The 31-year-old has joined the Coman's revolution at Everton as the club looked to bolster their ranks in pursuit of challenging the top sides next season. Now, Everton have already bought Pickford, Klaassen, Ramirez and Michael Keane, and adding Rooney to that list becomes extremely important as he has the experience of the Premier League and is an established player. The Dutchman who met Rooney last week said that the former Manchester United captain still is extremely hungry for success and has that winning mentality from his time at Manchester United. Now, he may be 31, but he still has the passion and he loves Everton. We wish Rooney all the best for his new club and congratulate on the fantastic career that he had at Manchester United. From a story that had a little romance in it to a story that is the stuff of nightmares. Now, isn't that a little dramatic? Well, after you hear the story, you will know why. Ruben Neves, the 20-year-old Portuguese youngster who was destined for great things when he captained Porto at the age of 18 years and 221 days in the Champions League and in the process became the youngest ever player to captain his side, has joined an English side. So which big English club did the prospect join? Manchester United? No. Liverpool? No. Chelsea? Again, a big no. Maybe he joined Coman's revolution at Everton? No. So who did he join? Well, he joined Wolverhampton Wanderers. Yeah, that's right. Wolverhampton Wanderers, a club that plays in the second division of the English League. How did this happen? How did a youngster who was destined for great things, whose abilities outshone others in his team, join not a Premier club, let alone a top Premier League club, but a club that plays in the second tier of English football? The answer is plain and simple. George Mendes, the super agent. Now, last year when Fosun International, the Chinese group, took over the club, the George Mendes was an influential player in that game, and that is why he holds an ace when it comes to transfer dealings of Wolverhampton Wanderers. The Portuguese's increasing influence at the club, especially given the transfer dealings, is believed to be the reason that Paul Lambert left the club at the end of last season. Now, another Mendes client, Nuno Espirito, took over the club at the beginning of this season. This deal has disaster written all over it. Neves, who is so highly rated, joins a team that struggled in the second division of a country. They finished 15 last season and they were closer to being relegated than they were to being promoted to the Premier League. Hopefully, this works out for both the club and the player, but it seems that this will not be the case come to the end of the 2017-18 season. Moving on. Luciano Spalletti has said that he will personally talk to Ivan Perisic first before making a statement or comment or anything else about his alleged desire to leave the club and join English giants Manchester United. He says that getting to know firsthand from the player that whether he wants to leave or not will help the manager make a decision. Now, he says that even if the player wants to leave, it is not necessarily that the club will allow him to do so. Further, he said that sometimes the clubs do things that do not concur with the wishes of the player and there is nothing that the player can do about it. Now, he hopes that Perisic would remain at the club and was extremely confident about the whole matter. And finally, we end today's edition by a news rumor spread by an English media outlet that seems to have a hidden agenda behind it. Now, earlier, Manchester United hijacked the Chelsea move for Romelu Lukaku and it caused extreme embarrassment for Chelsea and especially their manager Antonio Conte. Now, in today's paper, the Daily Express has said that Manchester United has agreed terms with another Chelsea target. Now, Timiogi Bakayoko, the French midfielder who was apparently very close to joining Chelsea, has agreed to join Manchester United. Now, I don't know how exactly is this being done, but somehow it feels like Chelsea are using this paper to get over their humiliation by Manchester United and inflict some humiliation back at Manchester United. Now, this is all pure speculation and you actually cannot hold me to it, but this is the feel that one gets when you see the headline that Bakayoko agrees move to Manchester United. The player who's very close to joining Chelsea and has apparently also completed a medical, and when you see that he is close to joining the other team, that it seems like this is a made up story that someone has done just to get their revenge or has a hidden agenda behind it. Anyways, that is it for today's edition of the Football News. Please share your views in the comment section, and if you like the video, press the button on the left. If you are new to the channel, please press the subscribe button on the right. Until next time, this is goodbye.